Good afternoon, guys. I am back in the kitchen again. We're going to finish up our pot roast recipe, guys, here. Okay. Now, guys, I have to say, Rachel Ray, these new pots that I bought are Rachel Ray pots, and they are terrific. This pot cooked this pot roast up so good. And I mean, the pot roast came out amazing, guys. So this is the pot roast that we started in the last video. So over here, guys, we are going to finish up and get right into this video. Now, what we are going to eat with this wonderful pot roast and our gravy. And as you can see, that beef broth and that little teaspoon of flour that I put into the recipe. Look how thick our gravy is, guys. Now, after you finish cooking your pot roast up and your gravy, you're going to cook it down till it get thick, guys. You're going to give it a little taste test to make sure it's all seasoned and it tastes the way you want to. So now in this pot over here, we have some hot boiling water I have in here. And I am going to add what they call evaporated milk or pet milk. Okay, guys? I hope you can see that. We are going to make us some of my favorite instant mashed potatoes in this recipe. We're going to put some butter in this recipe with our water and our evaporated milk here, guys. And you're going to stir it up a little bit. And let that butter melt into that water and that evaporated milk or pet milk. Okay, the pet milk is going to give these instant mashed potatoes a wonderful flavor. And they are not going to taste like just regular out-of-the-box mashed potatoes. So then we are going to add some instant mashed potatoes into this recipe, guys. Now, when you make an instant mashed potatoes, guys, as you can see, I cut off the stove, okay? The water is already hot, so you are going to just make you some mashed potatoes, okay? And you're going to mix well. And pretty much, guys, after you boil your water, you put your butter and your milk into the recipe. Your potatoes is pretty much done. So with this recipe, we are going to add some black pepper, guys, onto our mashed potatoes. Then we are going to mix well. And these are just regular, out-of-the-box mashed potatoes. Okay? So, guys, I am going to prepare my meal for you. I'm going to let you see how I'm going to eat this recipe, okay? So, we got some mashed potatoes here. We got our black pepper mashed potatoes here, guys. Okay? We have a little pet milk or evaporated milk. whichever one you prefer to call your mashed potatoes. Mix well. We have a pot roast over there cooking. Now also guys, on the side you can make you something like a vegetable. If you want, you can make like a corn, green beans. You can put on this recipe. Corn, green beans. You can make a salad with this recipe. This is just one of the ways that I like to prepare my mashed potatoes. Something quick and fast. Then we are going to add some of our amazing gravy onto the recipe. And then we are going to cut a piece of this meat, guys, and I'm going to let you see. Let you observe how this wonderful pot roast came out, guys. Let's cut us a nice piece of this pot roast and add it onto our plate. I just love these pots and pans. Rachel Ray pots and pans that I bought, they are great. Now we are going to cut into this recipe, guys. Cut into this wonderful pot roast. All right, guys, you got our mashed potatoes there. We have our wonderful pot roast. Now you see, guys, how I use just beef broth in this recipe. If you watched the last video, it's going to show you just how I prepared this recipe. I used 1 teaspoon of flour and beef broth, and I cooked this pot roast for 1.5 hours, 2 hours slow. Really slow, guys. Don't be in a hurry with this recipe, because you want all your season to cook up into your meat, and you want all the flavors there, okay? So we have our mashed potatoes here. I mixed the mashed potatoes. I boiled my water. I mixed the mashed potatoes with butter, pat milk, and black pepper. And you could put a little salt in this recipe. But guys, you know, I'm on a diet, so I kind of watch the salt lately. I don't use it. So I just put black pepper and butter, and I put my pat milk in there, and then I just add it on to my plate, and I got my wonderful pot roast here, guys. So we're gonna add a little gravy onto our pot roast. Got some gravy on that mashed potato. Oh, guys, this is a wonderful recipe. You must try. See you on the next video, guys. God bless you. Have a wonderful Sunday. And remember, guys, you can add some vegetables to this recipe, like some corn, green beans. Maybe you could put a little salad onto your recipe. But our English boneless pot roast turned out great. I'm going to see you on the next video. Bye-bye.